Hejka, witam wszystkich serdecznie, z tej strony Hinox i w ten burzowy dzień wracamy do Mistiasa. Mistias, tak? Mistias. Dobra, chyba musimy ogólnie wrócić do Aten, z tego co pamiętam. Dobrze pamiętam, czy nie dobrze pamiętam? Dla ludu to jest nie to. To jest chyba to. Wpłynąć na głosowanie. Dobra.
To your positions!
The commander is taking the helm! Should we grab the salvage, commander?
Roars! Go! Sails now! Ready the oars! Through the battle stations! Ready! Ready! I need action! Everyone, rise!
19.
Head for open water! Ready your bows! Now! Archers! Take your mark! Now! Archers to the front! Slow! Now! Bows ready! Onward!
Watcher! We've got fire on board!
Dobra, mamy dwie jednostki do abordażu od razu na dzień dobry.
Here we go! Join me! Prepare to board the maggots!
No dobre, fajnie zrobione. Koledze już podziękujemy. Następny. Do wody. Wypadł. Topielica.
Faster!
Dobra, struga.
Let's go! Increase speed! Increase speed!
Going as fast as we can!
We board! Follow my lead!
To nie patrzę. Wyjazd do wody.
Forward!
Dobra.
Go!
There's some debris in the water.
Lower sail!
Pływanie na pełnym żaru jest fajne.
Sails up!
A czemu?
More speed! More speed! Report!
Kiepsko się pływał, jak jest to.
Poseidon! Turn on!
Are you scared?
Why wouldn't I be scared? Poseidon is testing the Adrestia right now. Pray Athena she holds up. Not that grounded!
Get that sail up!
Until your return, Commander.
Wow. Gdzieś tu jest skarb. O! Chyba jest. No dobra.
Let's go!
Glory! I should be extra careful in this area.
No i co tutaj mamy? Tabliczka chyba. 4 tabliczki. Panie. Hardkorowi. No coś tam mówiła? Are you really trying to hit me? Czyli tu. Dobra, lecimy na główne zadanie. Hop. Co tutaj robi łódka? Łódź? Statek, no już dobra. Łódka to może trochę za mało powiedziane.
Παναγιώνα τι το φυγήν. Δείξτε αξορέγγι.
Dobra, musimy tutaj to jakoś rozegrać w miarę może. Hop.
You must be the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there is an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, they'll be punished.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Demokracja.
Goods from all over the Greek world. You wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans. Something's over there.
Wężowy łuk plus 19, zobaczymy. Kurczę, łowca. Zbroja 19, 7 do asesyna, 2 do wszystkich obrażeń. 9 do asesyna. Te noszę. Czyli w sumie nic.
That wasn't a bird.
That should do it. I should let Pericles' contact know.
Czy na dole? Jak się schodzi na dół? Coś ciekawego tu będzie. Malaka, nic nie ma. Faktycznie, po 4 drachmy się.
Sounds human. Better check it out.
Chodź. To jest better check it out. Najlepsze. 2. Kurczę, może lepiej byłoby to bez zabijania zrobić. To jest? Dziwnie, co jest grane? Kurczę, nigdy tak nie było.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My name is Alexios.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I think you have the wrong person.
You are claiming that you're the wrong person? Life's one true happiness is knowing yourself. And yet, I never said anyone rigged anything.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
Οι οφθαλμοί μου πεσεύουσι.
Coś mi się wydaje, że jest... A, sprawdzę to. Więc mi się wydaje, że to zadanie można zrobić bez...
You must be the one, Pericles.
I am.
Of course.
What does someone have to do to...
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or...
If someone is exiled, can they return?
If they do, then...
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Właśnie. Nikt mnie nie zauważy.
The watch will be vigilant here.
Stop there! This is no place for you.
Jak ich uwagę odwrócić?
Chi vuole? Stiamo anche bene.
No ale to jest tylko na górę prowadzi. Kurde. Jak to zrobić? Ta. Stamtąd chyba już wyjdę. Zastanawiam się. Z tamtymi jak to rozegrać?
σύμνη παρέχεις.
You looking for trouble?
That should do it. I should let Pericles' contact know.
First Spartan kill. I think of mine almost every night. But it's nothing like the training we do. Fighting bandits is one thing, but Spartan. We should get back to work. Don't see soon enough. Remember, I warned you.
Cierpliwość palcem dół wykopie, ale ta cierpliwość to też ma swoje granice. Tam już powinienem się wydostać. Dobra, zobaczymy, czy teraz inaczej się to rozegra. Masakra. No zobaczymy.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
The votes have been tallied.
No, jest inaczej.
Overwhelmingly, the people have decided that Anaxagoras should be ostracized from Athens.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing.
I know the price of actions. I have to as a mercenary.
That simple piece of information tells me more about you than your name ever could. Explaining oneself must be carefully done.
Explaining myself would take more time than I have.
Then let us focus on a single recent event. Tell me, as a mercenary, is there anything you wouldn't do?
Just because I'm a mercenary doesn't mean I'll do anything.
Even if the pay was more than adequate for the task?
Even then,
What if you were offered something you desperately needed, something you couldn't get anywhere else? Would you move this line you've made for yourself?
it moves when I need it to.
A strategy for those who must be adaptable, or for those who wish to justify their actions.
I decide if my actions are just.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this, or you for simply sealing his fate?
Fine. I'm more responsible. But I did it because I have one concern. Myself.
Then I hope you also think about today, about Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
To chyba wygląd załogi jest.
Let me know if you have questions.
Muszę się pozbyć tego załogu. Sensu. I tak już powinno chyba skoczyć to ładnie. $11,800. Siema, siema.
Careful. Don't want to be caught here.
Trzech elitarnych wojowników. No zobaczymy, co nam tutaj zaoferuje gra. Siemasz Edwin, siemasz. Wszystko dobrze.
Phoebe,
You
Phoebe?
promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
No pójdziemy. Jak stanę na nogi, to pójdziemy.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So, you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my
Nie
weapons?
wiem, skąd ty takie
Don't
słowa
worry,
bierzesz.
I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well... I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things.
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
Aha, no to super.
Here, Alexios. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made his grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus. Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, nothing I need to get his help with. Tends his own parties. Which reminds me,
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
This is going to be a long night. Parties should be about vomiting up blood, not vomiting up poetry. These people are so clean.
If these guests aren't to your own unique tastes, then just focus on why you came here in the first place.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere, and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your sister said.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll
No,
stay here and
zobaczymy.
look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Me too.
Chciałem to kilka zadań.
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating air-bladder. I've had my fill.
A new face in Pericles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Alexios.
I wouldn't peg you as an Alexios. But never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides? Now, if you'll excuse us, I was just about to dazzle this old dog with my impression of Pericles. I call it the wooden board.
The man is your host.
Under every stone hides a politician, I always say. And Pericles is no different.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again.
It's come back for more. Care to see my impression of Protagoras? I call it the flapping bladder.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
Well, if you'll excuse us, I'm working on my impression of you. I call it the pretty monkey.
Co wy tu robicie, posiemku?
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
I am looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous, xanthodontus, exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So, we get him drunk, and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive, foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right, if nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I've come to get your finest dry wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice...
It wouldn't be a party with...
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the god.
Care for another impression? My favorite is Sophocles.
That one.
When I need to relax, I start to fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm Pericles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Pericles' ship, where he took pity on me. Now, I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning, perhaps one drink.
To Dionysos.
This is delicious.
This is nectar of the gods. Another round.
How about some more?
Rozpiła nam się.
Where did you find this delicious wine? It must be Pericles' finest.
You know what they say, good wine makes good friends.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Ready for another?
This is the best symposium I've been to in a while.
You know what? I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she would trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos.
Have you been
Here I
listening to
come.
nothing I say?
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Of course, I only use the terms war or God or civility in the context of what can be observed. So I can observe soldiers fighting, but does that bring me any closer to understanding war? I haven't seen you around before, citizen. Perhaps you'd like to spare me conversing with this man of nonsense.
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens, Cleon.
I saw Cleon talk at the Pnyx. Even for a politician, he's scum.
Bah, you sound like every other blowhard in this place. Cleon is a champion of the people, and he's ready to tear down Pericles' elitism.
I take it you and Pericles aren't friends.
Hardly. Hermippos led the charge to have Aspasia ostracized and to see Pericles stripped of power. Not that it worked. Yet. Pericles is the past. He's more worried about losing a few precious statues than he is fighting and winning the war. Cleon will rule this city and return it to greatness. Mark my words.
Why isn't Aspasia here?
Can you be certain she isn't? To observe her presence is still no guarantee that she is here. In my opinion, it's just like her to cower in the shadows while we stand out here in the light.
If you're an ally of Cleon, why would Pericles invite you?
You're not from Athens, outsider. Here, we keep our enemies closest of all.
Why isn't Aspasia here?
Can you be certain? In my opinion,
This has been useless. Here.
the mystios from the ostracism. Let's talk later. The mystios from the ostracism. Let's talk.
Dionysus, there you are.
What did you have in mind?
One of us will sing, then the other, and then back again. We'll take turns making verses, and whoever makes the best is the winner.
Let's do this.
I want to play too, but who should start?
Euripides should start. It was his idea.
Fine, fine, but let's do a good one. A battle song?
Is there any other kind?
At the flick of a limb comes Aspasia's whim, and Pericles' walls aim to contain us all within.
What Spartan families lose, they lose for duty. When Spartan fathers refuse, they refuse beauty.
But the dangerous part are the Athenian tarts who go for the meat when they should go for the heart.
Oh, so bring your merchants and bring their butlers. If they be sons, they bring their fathers. This is war, war, war.
Bring your murderers to the crimson quiver. Bring the helots if they be spillers. It is war, war, war.
Collect your weak and collect your sinners. Line them up at the Farling's dinner. This is war, war, war.
If they want blood, then blood you'll give them.
Or stab their guts and let them spill it. This is war, war, war.
The stupid sweepers, the genius teachers, all just meats and juice and liver.
So grab your spears and grab your daggers. Plunge them deep in. Heroes they'll make us. This is war, war, war. This is war, war, war.
War, war, war.
War, war, war.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Enough! You're a great singer.
The best. You should act in my plays.
Here, take this to remember the occasion. This party has turned out much better than I ever could have expected.
100 drachm za śpiewanie, no dobra. Muszę iść do tego miłośnika kutasów i pogadać chyba.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door, or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at
But you... Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Now it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Siema, Lul, siema, siema.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta.
No, gruba akcja tutaj się
Let's
szykuje.
pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Prostitutes? This is serious.
They don't like being called that, and for good reason. They offer so much more than their bodies.
Such as...
These women are companions, counselors, confidants. Powerful men come to the Etera asking for advice and value their words more than those of their closest friends and advisors. Ali! Come back inside!
Już się naoliwił.
Oh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth,
Masakra.
find Anthusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
You're back.
I'm looking for clues to help me find a woman. She was Spartan.
Looking and finding are quite different things, wouldn't you say? I could observe a priest offering sacrifice to the gods, but does that mean, in so doing, that I have myself found God? Or...
Oh, forget it. This has been...
Ach Jezu, jakie to ciężkie te pedalskie imprezy. Cześć, Nul, jak zdrówko?
Being so new to Athens and gaining access to this symposium is no small feat. Though you said there are things you wouldn't do, you gained Pericles' trust so quickly.
I've made my choice.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasimachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not...
Boże, nie mogę już. Chcę mi iść zabijać.
Medicine is for the betterment of the patient.
Ale co, poluzowali u was tam wszystko, czy jeszcze nie?
Improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops a ferry ride to Hades, when a swift retreat would save all their lives?
To super. No to żeby tam pogoda dopisała, nie?
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men. What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
You're wasting your time. Aspasia.
Idzie, wyjdzie.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
Socrates is an interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Alexios can help. Everyone listens when he talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Alexios will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
Your spies have been watching me. I knew you people couldn't be trusted.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
Że co? No straszne.
I'd be more comfortable in these clothes if I had a blade in my hand.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate anyway.
That's all I have.
Nie mam porównania, ale
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
no dobra, to idziemy pogadać z tym. I papier. No, zobaczymy, co mi powie. Może się coś dowiem ciekawego.
Alexios! I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party,
Nie ma.
Phoebe shouldn't have let you
Znaczy,
in.
Phoebe did nothing wrong. Aspasia asked her to let me in.
Of course she did. I can't say I'm thrilled about going down and speaking to everyone. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Why send Metiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
The Spartans aren't your real concern, Pericles. The cult is coming, and they're bringing their strongest weapon.
Listen to him, Pericles.
The Spartans are immediate. A cult's threat is ambiguous.
I'm related to one of the cult members, and I believe her when she says they're coming after you.
Sound counsel to consider. I'll be sure to let my men know, regardless.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
No, zobaczymy. Długie te dialogi, jakoś mogli to bardziej chyba... Znaczy fajnie, że to jest tak rozwinięte, ale... Kurczę, lekko opuść sympozjum.
I'll help you however I can during your travels.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
There's a woman on the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Good. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay, thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Kolejny achievement jest odblokowany, okej.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Alexios!
Może co? A mogę wejść tam jeszcze raz, czy już nie?
Ufano, encryptica nimi.
No dobra, czyli tutaj nic nie ugram więcej. Wypadł dziadu. Wiesz co? Jakieś grawerunki, takie rzeczy. Orichalkum, ta waluta dodatkowa. Samorodki. Ja z tego co oni tutaj rozdają. Ale to chodzi ci, że... Achievements? Nie. Club Rewards? Club Challenge? Club Rewards. No to ja mam dopiero 60, tak. No coś tam bym mógł wykupić. No jest tego trochę. Nawet nie wchodziłem. Z tego co tam oglądałem, gdzieś tam jakieś samouczki, to za dużo powiedziane. Ale takie ukierunkowania to, że te legendarne są, tak? Najsilniejsze. A na razie to tak wiesz. Gdzieś tam widziałem to akurat nie z poziomu zakładki, tylko chyba ze strony, tak? Dobra, i teraz tak. No, 22, nie pokonam go. Znaczy... Co to jest? Tu są jakieś... Też lepiej wziąć Club Challenge. No ja z tego, kurde.
Let's go.
Chciałem tą mapę zobaczyć, kurczę, w pół do 11. To mnie interesuje, o. Sotera.
I swear on my life and the lives I will take from others, I will not fail the cosmos again.
Zaraz, tą sutrz jeszcze zabijemy. Daleko ona jest? O, daleko. O, to jest ten kasztan, to ja go nie chcę. Na settingu chyba jest. Nie? Może z poziomu... z poziomu strony, wiesz? Chyba z poziomu strony się to robi. Te zadania na to Orichalkum są fajne, tylko że one są strasznie takie wymagające, tak. No trudne to by za dużo powiedziane, ale... Mówię, ale podoba mi się, że świat jest taki olbrzymi. Te pasy to by mi się przydały do tego, do części ekwipunku. Ładnie by mi weszło. Tutaj mam 9 do asesyna, ale też są dobre. Też nie są dobre. No tutaj się może trochę tak, ja to mówię zawsze, zatracić, nie? To jest tyle rzeczy do wyboru. Tam są jeszcze te misje dodatkowe, które można sobie, nie wiem, to się wykupuje, czy... Nie wiem, jak ktoś tam zdobywa tam właśnie los Atlantydy i tak dalej. Tam jeszcze jest jedna misja, nie? Ja podejrzewam, że... A, ja że go sieknę. Podejrzewam, że ja tego do Cyberpunka tutaj nie przejdę. Tak w sumie gram dziś około 3 godzin dziennie. No. Ja będę pierwszy. Karos, musisz się zbierać. Tak, to ja jestem ogólnie w tej lepszej pozycji, bo nie mam punktu odniesienia, tak? Więc dla mnie same pozytywy tutaj. Zbieranie po 2 to ja wiem, że jest lipne, ale liczę, że w licharku może znajdę. Misz masz. No ale jedno właśnie, to jest lipa z tym szukaniem tego licharku. Może znajdujesz po jednym. Nie no, mapy są olbrzymie, nie? No, ogólnie jak jest fabuła. Czy historia jest prosta, tak? Póki co, tak. No, zobaczymy, jak to będzie wyglądało z perspektywy czasu. No, na razie to jest... Cieszę się tym, co mam, tak? Tak to ci powiem. Ja wiem, że później, z tego co widziałem, obrażenia wchodzą w tysiące, tak? Dziesiątki tych tysięcy punktów. Tak samo obrona. A ja tutaj się cieszę, że mam tego. Coś na bazie, nie wiem, 8-10 tysięcy chyba tam. Przy skrytobójstwie i tak dalej. No ale już na przykład odblokowanie 3. zestawu na ekwipunek kosztuje 35 koła golda, tak? Dla mnie to jest w ogóle abstrakcja. No ale jak ja się cieszę z takich rzeczy, a później są takie, które dają na przykład 24 obrażeń, 15 do adrenaliny i 15 jeszcze do obrażeń asesyna i jeszcze nie wiadomo co. I mają 600 bloka, no to jeden ten, tak. Tylko mówię, no tak oglądałem kolesia, który miał rozegranych 1000 godzin, czy tam ileś, no około 1000 godzin chyba miał w asesynie. To tylko go legendarne interesowały, nie? Dobra, kończymy na dzisiaj, bo już muszę trochę odpocząć, bo już mnie oczy pieką. Także jak coś, to dzięki za oglądanie. Dzięki Nul, że wpadłeś. Trzymaj się tam, zdrówka życzę. Jakbyśmy się nie widzieli, to dobrej pogody i miłej imprezy. A ja zapraszam na drogę na Berlin jutro gdzieś tak koło 13. Plutonki pogramy. Także spokojnej nocki. Trzymajcie się, hejka.